All right, Sam, here's a little video just on the basics of the lacrosse motion offense. And so I don't know what your coach is putting out, but chances are if he starts getting into setting an offense, this will be one of the things that he teaches. So I figure I might as well show it to you. Pretty simple, right? So you have your attack players. Okay, they are the ones who have to stay on this side of the field when the ball, they play over here. You can only have 6 players on either half of the field at any given time. Then you have your midfielders. They're allowed to run the entire field. When the ball is in your offensive end and you're trying to score onto this goal, you'll set up in a couple different ways. But this offense here, this set here, is typically known as a 2-1-2-3 across the middle 1, a 2-3-1 offense. And it's designed to be a motion offense, which will help confuse the defense and allow for some opportunities. So there's very simple rules in this offense. You have your midi triangle and you have your attack triangle. The rules of the offense are, if, let's say, this midi at the top left position, that's what the goalie would be calling here, ball's top left. If he decides he wants to carry the ball and just move this direction with the ball rather than passing it or anything like that, he moves this direction. The basic rule of a lacrosse offense is that you move away from the ball carrier. So this midi needs to go somewhere. So he's going to move down to the next midi position, and this guy has to rotate. So simple rotation as the ball moves across. It's now in the top right position, and all you've done is rotated the midi circle, or triangle. Same thing goes down below. If this attackman decides he wants to carry back behind X, that's the position behind the goal, he's going to carry the ball with him. This attackman needs to get out of the way, and this attackman's going to move through. Okay, clear through is what you call it. And so now the ball's at X, and the attack has rotated. So now, if this attackman passes to this attackman, nobody moves, all right? No one rotates, no one spins, no one moves around, you're passing the ball. If the ball comes back, no one moves, no one moves. You wouldn't normally pass it across because there's gonna be defenders all over the place in here, so typically it's gonna bounce between X and the low attackman, or if it's up in the midi triangle, these guys might just go back and forth, back and forth. If they pass it to the middle midi, that's probably trying to score at that point. It's going to be a quick feed and shot because there's a lot of defenders in the middle. I just don't have them shown. So these guys can pass back and forth, nothing happens. The way the motion works is that if the midi triangle passes to the attack triangle, it triggers a rotation of the midi triangle. So for instance, ball's top right, this midi decides to pass down to the bottom right attackman. When he does, as soon as he passes the ball to this guy, he's going to cut, all right? And imagine, if you will, there was a defender on this guy. He's right here. If you're playing midi or if you're playing attack, it doesn't really matter. Anytime you cut to the goal, you want to try to go behind the defender. You want to sneak behind him, right? Because when you pass the ball, his head's going to watch where that passes go. He's going to watch you pass. He's going to, he passed it. He's not going to move, but he's going to look. As soon as he looks where you threw that ball, cut behind him. Head towards the goal, get your stick up, looking for what's called a feed from this attackman to come right back to you. Simple give and go. Same kind of concepts in soccer. Same kind of stuff translates right here. So again, we'll get rid of this guy. When he passes down, this whole triangle rotates, but it starts with this guy cutting. So he cuts, he moves, he clears through, and he pops up. Okay, and so now they've rotated. So maybe the attackman threw the feed, maybe he didn't. If he held on to it, that's fine. Maybe he banks it around, gets it right here. If the attack triangle passes up to the midi triangle, up here, it triggers a rotation. This guy cuts. He's looking for a quick feed in the score. But he clears through, he rotates down, and he floats out. Okay, so that's the basics of the offense. If you pass within your own triangle, there's no rotation. If you carry the ball, it pushes your triangle around, okay? Because you always want to move away from the ball carrier. You don't want to end up with everyone. That doesn't do anybody any good. So you're going to move away from the triangle, from the ball carrier, excuse me. But if one triangle passes to the other triangle, it triggers a rotation of the triangle that passed it, right? So he passes down, they rotate. And that rotation is a cut. It's driven by the cut. You're looking for a quick pass down, feed, shot, goal. That is the basics of the 2-3-1 motion offense, and there's a good chance your coach will start teaching you some of that stuff. So now you've got a little bit of a head start and a cheat sheet that you can review at your leisure. Good luck, have fun. Talk to you guys later.